All right, 4 o'clock on a Sunday on the West Coast, Sunday, October 30th, 2016. Take a quick run through commodity futures here real quick. Basically, Australian dollar is trading basically at pivot. The mauve colored here are pivots. I have both daily and weekly pivots on here. Green are support levels, and red is resistance levels. This is the monkey bars over here. This is basically where the volume's traded. Large sideways. We saw that on a weekly chart of Australian dollar on the last video. There's enough money flow, the yellow line here, to push prices higher. This would be the first resistance area, about 76.12, 76.14. Since there are a couple of pivots or support levels down here and the lower linear regression lines, this is basically when you hear revert back to the mean, that's where this is here. Okay. So basically not much is going on right now. We do have a number coming out in Asia. I think we have Japanese yen related news here too. This is the British pound, basically the last slide from Black Thursday came in. Here was the first bounce. Somebody's got in there. Here's the second one. We talked about the fat volume on here. Money flow kicked in when it tried to break through here. Didn't do it. Friday was a pretty good day of scooping up beforehand. You can see the pattern. Okay, so basically we have, just in case it comes back below here, a sudden alert. Okay. Just in case it comes back through again, I'd be interested in buying some more. Okay, inside pattern right now here. This would be where it would look for it here on the futures, 122.36 to 42 on 6B. All right, but if it gets into that area, hold on to your longs, because then I'd be back up to 123. And I'd also mentioned in last week's video about getting back into the 130s. Right now, it's basically, I'm just treating it as kind of a double bottom here and a larger sideways pattern for now. But I heard it was at a 30-year plus low. I'm interested. If you're long, hold longs. 6C. Right now we have an insight on here too. The yellow line is the money flow. Basically, I'm treating it as oversold. We did have Brent down, and I believe it was crude. Crude's down 40 cents. And alarm set right. Let's see, that'll work. Trade higher just to tell me that it come through. If the Canadian dollar goes higher, oil should go higher too. 6E, the shaded area is 70% of where it's traded on here on the screen. Basically came up to resistance level and reversed, but we're still trading within a higher range of the last week or so. Okay. 6J, okay, as this goes higher, 6J goes higher, US dollar, Japanese yen goes lower. And you can see the yellow money flow here highlighted. Basically, I think we're oversold, so it's going to go higher, so the pair will go lower. Remember, I talked about US yen going under 100. So 104 is the first area. Last is 104.62. So I'm looking for dips. I was looking for the last dip to get to 102, and it got to 103, and then we went to 105. So I would be looking for this area here, 96.50 area, 55, as the next pause if this continues higher. So an alarm, I like when alarms go off. It's my Pavlov bell for doing a good job of doing your homework. Mexican peso is the U.S. Mexican is higher this evening because of the old political scene. As this pair goes higher, as this goes higher, 6M, U.S. Mexican goes lower. Okay. So here we have, you can see the money flow came out of it, talked about it, caution here. We got some news here. From what it looks like it's going to bounce. So anything on this, to capture the carry on the spot currencies, the U.S. Mexican, you have to short it. So I'm looking for shorting opportunities on there. We'll take a look at the chart again here real quick. I'm just going to put it on here too. Okay. All right, so here's where we're at. All right, it'll probably, maybe we have the whole, shoulder, head, shoulder in play here. We're somewhere around, was it 19, I guess 19, what is that? What was that? That's in the 20s. Yeah, so 19. So play it by the 20s, 1920, 1940, 1960 kind of thing. 40, 50, 60 in that area for now on this pair. So swing up to here would probably be a pause. So I'm looking at it to be in the 1920s, it'd be in the 1920s. And we're currently just a skosh in the 19s here. 1903 last. So there's just a pause here, but I think we'll probably get a swing higher. Maybe at 1940, I might think about initiating some shorts here. We shall see. 6N, basically the same thing as the Australian dollar. Has some more room to run on the upside with this money flow. But folks probably want to play the short side of this, so any strength will be sold into. This was interesting here with this spike of the money flow. This is Swiss francs, took off running, so there's a lot of money that entered Swiss francs on the spike up on Friday. Okay, so they'll probably, I'm going to guess, just how I'm looking at everything and seeing everything, there'll probably be continuation higher here on 6S. Like I said, be careful of the central bank, SNB, intervening in the currency and driving this lower. You can see when it came off the pegs. Let's see here. Okay, here's 7. So you can see that I'm actually looking for 84 and lower here. So any strength I'd want to short into 12. And the happy place is 107.5 on a monthly. All right. 103.5. As you can see, there's not a lot of money flow in here for right now. And this is a weekly. So it would be ripe, Swiss would be ripe, and throw in the metals too. We'll come to those. There's cocoa, a lot of money flow into it. Price only so far. Could be looking for short side. Crude oil, we're coming off the lower regression, opened at the lower and trading higher. So this is becoming to be a reversal pattern, which goes along with my 6C to go higher. Right now, 48. What was low? 48.17. Okay, so basically 49.20 is probably going to be the first resistance area here if it does continue higher. And then 50.50 would have to be a trigger. Let's do it that way. Okay. I just think it's going to be a lot of sideways here for a little while. Here's cotton. Possibility of a double top up here, so be careful. This goes back even further because of the money flow and everything. Dollar index probably will, these are the pivots, probably will, I'm going to guess they're going to be repelled and then run back down to here. So kind of a move this way. Yeah. Okay. And then I want somewhere in here. That's what I'd like to see, have it come back down through here. ES, we opened here at 2120 and dropped down to the low 1475. Now we've come back. They're still trying to hold the support area down in here. They have to get it back over, they do over 2020, 2120. There, that works. Okay. And resistance overnight 2126 and 2132 3/4, and then 2140 again. So we're stuck in a range for right now. Let me punch up Nikkei. I think that was up there. Okay, this is interesting here. Okay, the Nikkei had a bunch of money flow in here, tried to break out, failed, and reversed here. So I had actually looked for 17,433.30 area, the possibility of going short and have it come down to around 17. So that's about 450 pips, and that's $5 or a tick. It's $5 a tick, just like the Dow. Yeah, that'd be nice there. 17,250, and then it's 1750, 17,050. Okay, on the Nikkei. Nikkei's nice. It's Asia. It's open. Blah blah blah. Gold. We did have the run up. The high was 85, and now we're trading at 78. Like to see another swing higher up at 13. As you can see, not much money flow now, so that the bulls could actually just start walking this up. A lot of running into hogs here. If you're a producer, I know 48's not a lot of money, but yeah, you know, hedge on the way up. Here's copper, lots of money flow. We're getting open at the high and trading lower. Caution, caution, caution. And this would probably be my trigger. 95, 85, it sounds like a winner. Okay. And here, doggies. All right. I think we'll probably get another swing higher here. We're pausing here on live cattle. If you're a producer, do some hedging here. Yeah, I think we're going to probably go sideways here overnight. Natty gas. Okay, so now the new contract. So the prices have changed. So the high on here is about 355 in that. So like I said, filled in the gaps, came down, cleaned them out, came down to the lower linear regression line down here. Okay, we got our first bounce. Basically, it opened. I just treated, we're close enough, that it opened at pivot and now it reversed. Okay, so now this would be the trigger. Yeah, let's move you down here. We'll do it this way. That didn't work out with the diddly, did it? Ugh. That works. All right, so on a reversal here, they would have to clear this area. It's just telling me that there's the possible setup here, and the next stop would be 323 approximately. And now I'm looking for any type of pullback, because what you're going to have is you're going to have all the bottom fishers and all the people that came in After this here, okay, they're going to want to start taking profits. Okay, and the people that may have been lucky to catch the double down here at 3, the 3 support level. Okay, but like I said, I'd be more inclined to. I mean, yeah, I was given the opportunity of them folks just dumping willingly, but I would be more than inclined to really want to buy underneath the recent low, that kind of thing. And the NASDAQ here, basically the same thing. It's trying to hold on. As you can see, the money flow kind of stalled. So there is, it's 50-50, half dozen kind of deal. 6 of one and half of another. But as you know, 48 to 80 overnight, I'd say is way at the high end. Okay. Same with 49 overall, like say through Monday. Okay. In this case, how I usually like to look at this is that, you know, to come in with the money flow down here, it's a better opportunity to buy. Here's the high. So basically, I think what you do is I'd like to see higher prices and see if we can snake in some weak hands and then roll it over in the morning again. This should probably do it. 30.33 for right now overnight. That's 30 higher. So because of how quickly it came back, I'd have to say it's going to be kind of range bound here overnight. And here's our silver to go along with the gold. You can see that it looks like it wants to move higher, 18.20 or so. It's about 18. Money flow has room to move on it. This is a swing higher. How high, I don't know, but you know, just move your stop up to the below. These are 4-hour bars. You can use daily or weekly, you know, so they don't, like here, this your stop, you know, if it moves higher and you move your stop here, it's going to be kind of close. VIX futures, that, where's the money flow? So that's stalled here too. So I'd be kind of inclined to possibly re-enter or enter some fresh longs here on a pullback. We have that pause here again, but we need some more of Asia to open up too. So, and things might move a little more when we get closer to Europe. I'm going to go to bed early tonight and then get up early tomorrow. Okay, who are you? This is who I am. All right, I see where it's happening. Here's a money flow. They're basically out of this thing. I gotta believe, okay. This is just ripe to push higher. And all I have to do is 18,180. So where are we at? 90 higher, and we're down 16, so it'd be up about 60. All right, I'm gonna guess here, just by looking at the money flow here, that the Dow is we're gonna press towards 118, 180 up here. It's just by what I see here. So that was a pretty good one. 80, 90 points for 450. All right, bonds. Okay, same thing here with bonds. We had some follow through, but we're stopping here, which usually we stop when there is some correlation between if equities are up, debt's down. But judging that we opened lower and that we might get some short covering here. Remember, raising interest rates is going to be on the front end of the curve, so you want your 2s and 5s, not as much as your bonds, but in the bigger picture, weekly, you can see that we're looking at, what did I talk about? Here's 157. We're talking like 154. I think I had like 154 area for the first quarter. I think I wrote that down. After the shopping season and that. And then resistance probably be around 64. So that's 2 points higher. So it's, you know, and then I guess I'd press it. If I had to stretch it out there, 167, which is 5 higher. So bonds bouncing 2 to 4 higher, but there's more to the downside. So you're looking for areas to short for right now in the long bond. Here's corn. Looks like we have a reversal going on with the money flow. Talked about that earlier. If you can't handle 354, Then we're going to probably go down to around 340. So that's 14 cents, 700 bucks. Okay, what are you? 350. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of good trades going on tonight. Fives, you can see how basically a double bottom here. And this is at the front end. So this is kind of interesting here. They may be trying to run the shorts that came through. It poked its head through and came back in. So you probably get short covering here. I'd probably want to short these at like 120.30 kind of deal. This would probably be where I'd be interested in watching and shorting the front ends. Those are fives. This is soybean oil. This is the first one to roll over, but we're not getting any follow through here compared to the beans. Might have a move up to 35.80 in oil here. Almost like it reversed here. Wonder if we have some sales coming up here. 35.80. Let me see if I can see if there's a. All right. Let's see if there's a shorting opportunity if we come back up here too. It's kind of like similar to like crude oil. You know, it went to 52. This and then finally rolled over. Meal, you can see meal just collapsed here. I'm just along with beans here. It is interesting that oil's holding up here. Maybe you have something of long meal, short oil. I haven't watched the spreads. Did I do that twice? CM, it is. All right, what did I miss? How about OJ? Here's orange juice. I haven't looked at this in a while. Jesus, what a run. I'd be looking for hedging here, but here's another one. The price is actually kind of up there a little bit. And you could have talk in March kind of deal with a freezer frost where we're at right now on the softs here. But this is pretty high up in here. This is a weekly, so you can see that. Wonder if it'll give me, let's see here. Okay, yeah, you can see here this 12. This goes back. Ways you can see that you're up there. What's this up here? 230. Yeah. Be careful on orange juice here. If you're a producer, I'd be looking to hedge, and be careful if you go tromping out there looking for Florida frost, you know, kind of deal. Just as you saw California have a drought, Florida can get those too. ZN, this is notes. We're getting a bounce, deep bounce just off low, just like with bonds. There's still more room to run. If I had to judge which way equities are going, I'd say stocks are going lower, judging by how the bonds, how the debt's moving off the lows. And then here's soybeans. We talked about this before, and we had a move down to 10.10. And what was the low? Yeah, low of 10.10 here. So it was a pretty good move off the low here. If there's any, okay, be very careful here on the bounce. Even though I believe that there's still more to fall, just be careful on the bounce here. You know, like the oil had paused. Just be careful on this because of, you know, on the weekly it was loaded. I mean, if these guys are trying to hold this thing together, they have to come in and support it to get more. You know, so watch your beans here. Here's 2 years. See, they're chasing after the twos. Okay. So I'd be looking, that would be nice if I could get 109 and some ticks up in here. 5-ish on shorts on that. And the wheat, I want to see some sort of pullback on here. But keep an eye on it that something just doesn't pick up and kick in. I think, what was it, GE? Yeah, okay, so that's euro dollars. Okay. All right, so that's that, and have yourself a wonderful evening.